We love hip hop.
UMG said, "Be careful what you wish for." In a quote from the recent go back and forward.
How are they threatening the man?
Well, just to paraphrase from what they're saying, it's like, if we go into discovery, we're gonna, and you want to find out all of this stuff about Not Like Us and the bad practices that we have. Be careful what you wish for in discovery, right? So it says Drake's team response to UMG, "Be careful what you wish for" statement says Drake has nothing to hide. So I guess this is a message from Drake's team. UMG's latest statement is a desperate attempt to spin the narrative to deflect from the truth. Drake is holding the largest music conglomerate in the world accountable for its actions, and doing so without fear. We dismiss the Texas discovery actions because the discovery will now proceed in New York. That's not a retreat, that's victory. UMG dismissed the First Amendment petition in Texas because it has no claim, that's losing. And UMG knows the case against it is only getting stronger. Drake welcomes the discovery and has nothing to hide. It's not Drake who should worry, it's UMG's current leadership. We look forward to hearing from Lucian Grange, John Janik, and UMG employees under oath. Yo, there's some big talks right there. UMG claims to stand for creativity, but in fact exploits it, and the artist community knows that. UMG drains artists for its profits and discards them. Drake joins a growing chorus of artists raising questions about UMG's leadership. The public and the artists should be concerned about the recent headlines involving UMG's largest stakeholder that is only reinforcing the need for transparency all the way up the board of directors levels. UMG said, "Be careful what you ask for." Drake knows exactly what he's asked for: the truth and accountability. Holy shit, that needs a bomb, bro. Let's go, Drake.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the video. Do me a quick favor while you're here and smash that like button so we can break the algorithm. And join the comment gang and subscribe. It's free.
There's something he knows. There's something he knows.
How do you turn a lawsuit that I didn't like into something I like now? I'm like, now I want to know.
Yeah. There's something he knows. It's just the narrative. It's the way they spun it on him. You know what I'm saying, man? You know?
Yeah. I always still go back to the fact that this happened over the rap battle itself, but I also couldn't understand his point of view. Right? And listen, the K-bots are going to go crazy like, well, listen, man, he started it. You called the man a PDF file, and little kids believe we're starting to believe it. Yo, fam, imagine that.
No, I don't want to.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't want to.
Like you're walking with kids.
Yeah. Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Someone tried that. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That same. We're not going to say that.
We ain't going to mention it.
We're not going to mention it because they got dealt with.
Yeah,
but that's a great way.
Yeah, but imagine that. Like, your kids are in school and people are singing the song and you're the father.
And they're pointing at your kid like,
yeah. A minor. Oh, stay away from your dad. Run away. Like, what? Okay, man. We're going past rap battle, fam. You're getting it where people are like, you're affecting my business. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother. Big salute to B Thrizzle. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother. Thank you. B3 in the building. But yeah, man, if like the narrative starts switching, or the narrative from this song, and not just the diss song itself, the label pushing the diss song is, yo, I'm a PDF, and now my reputation is getting ruined, and you guys are responsible for not just letting it go organically, boosting it, then there's a case.
Yeah, but they knew something was coming down their pipeline with Drake. When Drake was trying to take that break, right? And then it like he got called out of the break.
What do you mean, before he went on tour?
No, after he came off that tour.
I know he said he was going to take a
little break.
Yeah.
And then after, boom, Kendrick comes with that
like that. Yeah.
Future. So it kind of, it's almost like you just won the championship and now Manson want you to play Summer League.
Yes, and also his contract, that $400 million contract or whatever, that finished in 2024.
Yeah.
So it's like it's renegotiation time, and now I'm being attacked. and now you've changed the narrative to that I'm a PDF file, and then we're supposed to do business.
So you see, like, where like you wouldn't be able to sleep at night because you'd be like, yo, these niggas set me up. Like, they set this up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, if he was thinking like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, on a real tip, like, yo, they sent this guy for me.
Yes.
And they knew how to send him, and then they knew what they were going to do when they sent him. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to think about what the counter response would be, because I know that we have both types of fans in the comments, the Kendrick fans and the Drake fans.
Yeah, that's cool.
What are the Kendrick fans saying to this? Because I know they're gonna say, well, he started it. He mentioned, like, you know, Kendrick could maybe file suits for saying that, like, he was abusing his girl. That, you know, that's not true. Give me the proof. You know what I'm saying? But that's also, that's if UMG is unfairly boosting Family Matters or something.
I think it's surpassed that. I think it's more of like he's continuing the fight that like Prince was fighting for. You get what I'm saying? Like the like, I made this album on my own kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did certain things on my own kind of thing, and you still want profit from it. You get what I mean? That's where I see, like, in the you have to read in between the lines of some of these things that are being said, like when it comes to the artistry of, like, and the coalition of people joining together. Like,
yes,
bro,
and I'm just playing devil's advocate, and so that the Kendrick fans are not go so crazy.
Yeah, they'll
say, you know, he didn't do it on his own. He always had the same machine he's suing.
No. That's a thing, but because he's been. I know they're gonna now see Drake's gonna be mad because it's like, in a sense.
No,
like,
I'm just giving both sides of what the argument can be.
But in a sense, because you're a slave to the rhythm, you're almost seeing it like, yo, bro, there's certain things I've done on my own that this should be 100% mine.
Yeah.
But you still want from me, so that's where it's kind of being like, and then you do these type of moves to me to depreciate my value. So if I wanted to go somewhere else, or if I wanted to be independent, you're trying to devalue me.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, yo, bro, it's like a disgruntled girlfriend, but it's them being disgruntled because they didn't know what move he was gonna make.
So you're thinking that this is a result of him wanting to maybe leave, or because there's two things. He could have left Universal after his contract is over in 2024, or let's do a re-up, but $600 million instead of $400 million.
Yeah.
But now, after all of this shit, I'm not worth $600 million to you. But you guys created this. Like, even though Kendrick created the song, you guys boosted the song more than you would have boosted anything else, just because you know that it was going to take me out and devalue me. Yeah, this is what his argument is. Yeah. But this has to be proven now that they're not doing the same for him. Like, that's like this. Remember, UMG said, be careful what you wish for. What does that actually mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, when they start doing quote unquote discovery, are they going to discover things about, are we just going to discover things about what they did with Drake's numbers that we might not want to hear?
But, a lot of people already know that he had the machine.
People feel that way already, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if we discover now that what if UMG's like, be careful what you wish for, because what you're going to find out is that Drake got mad bots. You know what I'm saying? The same bots you're accusing us for, we gave you too.
Okay, cool. But I don't think it's really that no more. I think it's the slave to the rhythm effect that's going on. It's the he's fighting for a different cause now. It's not only just for him. I think it's for all artists that are being, like, kind of, you know what I mean, taken advantage of for their artistry and being in these mega 360 deals that, like, you know what I mean? Value them to, like, yeah, you're worth this in the eyes of, like, the fan, but, like, when you walk into the bank, really, are you really worth that?
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say? So it's not adding up for certain artists, maybe, and a lot of artists are being taken advantage of. So I can see where he can, if you use a guy like Drake, who's at the top, it might work to, like, get some laws, get some type of understanding when it comes to these artists and these these type of stipulations that they're in, right?
So he's like a representative for the artist at this point with a suit.
Yeah, fuck around and you might see him show up with like Stevie Wonder next and all these other kind of people, bro. Because when I seen that writing in there, like about coalition and like there's like a gang, like there's like
Aubrey Luther King.
Yeah, like there's something going on behind the scenes. So I was just like, okay, cool. Like, you know, all jokes aside, when it comes to the boy and shit, when it comes to like what happened, and it's a year now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like even if this didn't happen with the battle, I think he would have still been doing this.
See, I'm glad you said this because that was my, playing devil's advocate response.
Yeah.
Yes, Aubrey Luther King, he's doing it for the people, for the artists, for the creative.
Yeah.
But, is it because now he got spanked in a rap battle?
No. That has nothing to do with that because he's coming back, dropping out, and he's gonna spank everybody. It's not that. It's he's showing us something they're doing to him and what they've been doing to other artists. Yeah. So now when you see Ye jumping on the bandwagon now of Drake, like, hey, I support what you are doing when it comes to going up against these guys because he knows the same battle that he had to go through.
Yes. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. And yo, Drizzy, if you see this, I fuck with you heavy, bro.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm going to push the super devil's advocate. If there was no battle in 2024, if this never happened like that, not like us, none of this shit ever happened. UMG said, yo, here's $600 million, Brinks truck back it up. Would we still be here in a lawsuit? Hold on. That one needs one right there. I'm sorry, I'm late with the sound effect right there, gang. I got him.
Not really, because that's a shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of explanation, right? Because they already had their pre-notions of what they were gonna do to the boy anyways. I'm not reading up this youth. He already got off on us.
So they would have found a different way if Kendrick never dissed him.
They would have found a different way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not giving this guy again more. And he's been up for 15.
Here's the thing. There was to be nothing to expose if there was no battle. So he wouldn't have to fight with them. They gave me the money. I'm happy.
Yeah, but there would have still been someone else that would have came around the corner and tried to expose him. But maybe not with the same kind of power and not kind of, you know what I'm trying to say?
Like there was no battle. Like remember, no battle happened. The company said, okay, it's 2024, whenever the date was that they're supposed to get this shit going. And they said, you know what? All right, $600 million it is. Sign the check, send it over. And now we're here in 2025 in April. Would we still be in some kind of deposition type of position? Like, what would he have got? What would have sparked him to get pissed off?
But see, that's the thing. Like, I don't see it going that way because they were already on that level of like thought process of what it's like the old man, not to call you old, Drake, but it's like the guy on, you know what I mean? How are we going to turn this player that used to do 30 minutes, you know what I mean? 25 minutes to a player now, a player coach on the bench.
They're trying to unk Drake.
You know what I mean? How? So what we got to do, we might have to bring in a couple younger players and a superstar, another you know what I mean? A veteran superstar that has less hours. You know what I'm saying?
But then that would be saying like the record company and Kendrick and them planned this together. I feel like that's that battle, and we'll get off of this because I know this battle's super old.
Super.
I feel like those guys, Kendrick and Drake, already had whatever personal vendettas. The label just has to put their music out.
Yeah, they could have.
I don't think what's his name, Lucian Grange is getting on the phone with Kendrick like, please take this guy out for me.
You never know.
It would go against their whole MO of the way that Kendrick's supposed to represent himself to the culture. Like, I don't think he's having secret meetings with Lucian Grange on how to take out Drake.
He didn't have to. The other guy did.
Dr. Dre?
No.
Top Dog and him?
Even him. And there was someone else who runs his certain dude that rolls him his management there.
Oh, you mean Dave Free and all those guys? You think PG Lang guys are in the back talking to
PG Lang,
to Lucian Grange like, this is what you need to do. Put out this amount of songs and knock this guy's head off.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That sounds way too conspiracy.
No, it does. But that's the first thing a lot of people would go to, like, that's what you're thinking he's feeling when he's coming with this. Like, what did you guys? You're thinking it's numbers. You're thinking it's just numbers.
No, I'm saying a battle happened, and while it happened, the label chose who they're going to favor and boost the music of. Yeah, because they're trying to devalue this other guy. But it wasn't predetermined.
Because I don't want to pay you.
Yes. But if the battle didn't happen, you're saying that they would have found something else.
I don't want to pay you.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay you.
Okay.
I paid you to stay the first time. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not paying you to stay the second time. I'm going to clean house.
And also that 600 million, like, this is, if we wanted to get into the head of the label, in the heads of the label, they might be thinking, all right, we made back our 400 million.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of did a bunch of different wild things, like you dropped the house album, you dropped all these different things. But cool, we made back our money. We ain't sure if we're gonna make back 600 million. Because you're older now. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I don't know if you're as hot as you used to be. So if we make this investment of 600 million, are we gonna make back $1 billion? You know what I'm saying? In these days and times, maybe 6 years ago, take the 600 million.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What I'm going to do is I'm now looking for a bigger star. I'm now as a label, I'm now looking for that same, I'm putting that Drake. I'm going to find someone just like you and put them through the simulator.
Who? They haven't found anybody.
I know that, but you never know. Like, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will find it.
You don't think over the last 15 years that Drake's been running shit, like, the label has put other people that are, like, they pressed the button on people like Doja Cat and different people who are super famous. None of them are still more famous than Drake, or like a male artist that they've been able to create, even if they have to create an artist.
Yeah.
That they've been able to make more famous than him. How are they going to replace somebody to be able to make up for the amount of money he makes for them? It's not about the talent. I'm not even talking about that. Just the amount of money he makes for these guys.
Okay. So
who are they going to find to replace this guy?
Exactly. Okay. So this is where they said, remember when they're like pretty much threatening him? That's where it comes into play. We'll show you how we made you this way. We're going to show you and people how you became this famous. Because we have the finger to press that button. Yeah. So we can still find another you and do the same thing.
I just don't think it. I'm not saying that there's no other. It can never be another person more famous than Drake. But like right now, for the amount of time that like and the amount of resources,
they said the same thing about Michael Jackson. You think you think Drake is not as famous as Michael?
Yes, but he's not Michael. He's compared to Michael.
Thank you.
But there'll never be another Michael Jackson.
And there'll never be another Drake. But I will take the same DNA and put it into the system. And now I got a new artist with their own twist wherever he's from. He could be from Sacramento. Now we take his Sacramento swag and we make him a Sacramento. Like, you get what I'm trying to say, though. I'm not saying
Jello Ball's next. He's the next Drake.
I'm just saying it could be anybody. It doesn't have to necessarily be from Toronto. It could be from New York. It could be from anybody. But if they're going through the label system, you know what I mean? The machine, it's not hard for them to take that DNA of Drake and put it through the machine and make another better and more prosperous Drake, because they want to do numbers. They want to outshine the last guy who was the number one for the last 15 years in the world. How do we do that? We got to take some time. It may not come in the next 2 years. It may not come next, but it will come. And when it comes, they know the same routine, what to do. You know what I'm trying to say?
I feel like I'm going to sound like I'm glazing right now. Pause. It's hard to duplicate what Drake does or did, because he's not just taking resources from outside. He has his inner circle that helps to create the Drake effect, the sound, everything. You know what I'm saying? So for them to be able to maybe not duplicate Drake, but like get something that can get that kind of sauce, they're gonna need to get a 40. They're gonna need to get a, you know what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm trying to say. You're taking it literally on me saying Drake. I'm saying they're going to expose the system. He wants them to expose what going on with them and what happened. Right? They're saying, don't make us do that because this is what we're going to show you. What happened for you. Right? So what I'm saying is, if they can press that button to make you bigger, right? And so they can also press that button to make you smaller.
Yes.
So now I'm saying is, they weren't going to pay this man. It's like, I'm going to clean house. Okay, I know he's coming to me for a raise. Bro, fire this guy before he comes.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of him. It's cheaper for me to settle him out. It's cheaper for me to pay him out for the years he's been here at this company than for him to get another raise.
Yeah.
And then we keep him for another 15 years. So when it is time to settle him out, this man's a trillionaire off of what we owe him.
And he might be able to start buying equity and getting parts of what we've been trying to hold on to forever. In the end of the day, like, you got people like Jay-Z who's become a billionaire, Kanye and all that, but Kanye is like a pariah and a billionaire at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's kind of, they don't want to make too many of these guys because, like, if these guys decide to like get together one day and say, you know what, we all got billions. What do we need record companies for? We have 10 hip-hop billionaires.
So that's what Ye was trying to say the other day. It's time for us to stop fighting each other and let's team up and fight these guys.
Yeah, especially the fact that now we've been able to see hip-hop live long enough where billionaires have come out of it.
Yeah, but none of them own it.
Well, that's the problem. Now,
biggest problem.
If there's enough of us around, we can start buying this amount of shares in this company, this amount of shares in this company. So now I'm a part owner of Universal. I'm a part owner of Sony.
Yeah, but we're so loud with our money and we're such the biggest consumers of just bullshit, right? We never thought of that. So now when we're partying and buying all these liquor companies and stuff, they were like, go on, you stupid N. Yeah. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come to your party, see what you do, and then I'm going to build a case on you. And boom, you're not going to be able to feed your flipping Black community anymore because I'm going to take you out. There's too many of you guys getting, and you're famous.
Yes.
So that's when they started attacking guys like who? Michael.
Diddy.
Started attacking Diddy. Yeah. Started attacking now Jay-Z. Started attacking.
Because like Jay-Z owns part of a sports team, fam.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't be letting these guys buy up too much shit, get into our offices this much that we've been holding down for this long, fam. Like Drake, you got how much money right now?
All your friends are Black?
Yes, like we don't want you to now come around and say like, oh, I actually own a part of Spotify or own a part of this. Because it's not even like, oh, build my own independent company. Yeah. Why can't I invest in yours?
Yeah. But I heard through the grapevine he does have another record label, and it's for Latino artists.
Yeah. I think him and Chubbs run a label. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, or Chubbs runs like the Latino thing going on.
Yeah.
Right?
See, they hit a market because what? Who's Bad Bunny to Drake?
Well, it was rumors at one point that he had signed Bad Bunny, but I don't know. I think that was just a rumor. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's true.
But like, it can get spooky for the labels. Maybe it can get spooky because I feel like if there was a way to be able to invest into these labels, they would have let people in. I just don't think they're trying to even let anybody own a piece of Universal, own a piece of Sony, own a piece of Warner Music. Nah, bro. You guys can't have that much fucking power. You know what I'm saying?
But I heard through the grapevine, Universal is owned by a company named 10.
Yeah, it's probably
which is Asian, which is a Chinese company.
Let's see. Let's fact check it. Owner.
Yeah, I just heard. I heard. Maybe I was
Universal.
Maybe someone was running their mouth.
Corporation or music group. Let's see.
I could be wrong.
Universal Corporation or company? Let's just put in company. Just to double check here. Universal Company you're referring to is one of several entities. It could be Universal Studios, Universal Music Group, Universal Pictures.
10.
Where do you see that?
10 Entertainment. Wasn't that it? TEN.
Oh,
Pence?
Okay. So let me see here. Each has a different owner and structure. Universal Studios and Universal Pictures are owned by NBC Universal, which is a subsidiary of Comcast, Universal Music, Comcast Universal Music Group is owned by Vivendi and Tencent. And Universal Energy Corporation is owned by Mark Silver. So so the music group is owned by Vivendi and Tencent. That's the guy that Kanye's mentioned. Vivendi. I've heard him mention that shit. Like, I don't be knowing the names sometimes, like Kanye be just throwing out.
Yeah,
you know
no, it's not throwing out. If you know, you really know.
Yeah.
You know?
Tencent. Headquarters in Paris. Only owns a number of investments. There's some Parisian shit here. But this is Vivendi.
That's Vivendi. That's not Tencent.
But Vivendi, the Tencent keeps on bringing me to Vivendi. Listen,
See?
Common Gang Strong, let us know, like, if y'all got a little bit more info on this. But, like, just to wrap up this whole Drake lawsuit shit here, man, I'm still a little bit on the fence on the fact that it came from a rap battle, but I'm good with it for now. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what comes out in the discovery. You feel me?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.